Episode 2.
Episode 2, here we are again.
Wow.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's been a few hours since episode 1. Same clothes. We're doing
That's
this in
true.
one day.
That's
day.
true. We have been thinking a lot about what we want to talk about, and the first thing that we think is just very important is, how is the music industry doing today?
Yeah.
How is it going? What do you think?
It's a weird place, you know. Everyone wants to be famous, you know, a lot of people wants to be famous or something like that, wants to get on the internet and share music, and it's a complete rabbit hole, I think. And it's hard also, and also there is a lot of misinformation and people do a lot of stuff, and if I see some people doing it one way or another way, sometimes I just am like, what are you thinking? Why are you doing it this way? There is no plan here.
Yeah.
That is what I see a lot of people do. Just start off and have no plan at all.
I feel there's a huge shift in what's prioritized at the moment. There's a big nostalgia for the good old days when it was about having the talent, doing the work, being picked up by a label, working, having the time to work. I think, was it Bryan Adams who was able to make 3 albums before he exploded?
Yeah.
And today people don't have that patience anymore. Everything is about the views, everything is about the likes, and sometimes, not always, definitely not always, but talent is not prioritized.
No.
And I think that's something that we should consider today, because how can you be a musician and an artist when everything is about the views and the likes?
Yeah, it's difficult, you know. Being a musician and a producer nowadays, there's a lot to it. Mixing, mastering, producing, promotion, social media.
Also, back in the day, everyone had their job. Right now,
Yeah.
there's so little budget for the entertainment business. It's like, yeah, do it all yourself
Yeah.
and have fun and keep on doing it and be consistent, and maybe you don't see results for 20 years, but hey, have a good time. There has to be like a more productive way,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. There maybe there is like, there has to be a way that it works every time.
Yeah.
But it's not always guaranteed success, you know?
That's true. But right before the recording, we were talking about the subject, and you also said that there's a lot of radio stations also who say, yeah, it has to sound like this or you
Yeah.
won't be played. So everyone is trying to do the same thing. Everyone is saying, okay, this is popular, we have to create this. But you said that the biggest music projects that we know all came from an idea or from a group putting their soul into the
Yeah.
music, creating something new. And maybe that's something that's neglected today.
Yeah. I may be wrong, but if I see some newer artist copying stuff from other artists, of being someone they are not, it just doesn't work. You know, if I see a new artist which I really like, I'm gonna say not really popular here but in America they are popular. Chromeo. If you see these guys walking around and you see how they look and they're
Shout
looking.
out Chromeo.
Shout out to Chromeo. I love you guys. If you see them, you're walking around, they're in their studio with their synths, and it just the picture of them there and the music, it connects. It
Yeah,
is
true.
right.
Yeah.
And some people are just making music or going to a producer and saying, hey, I want a song, and they're just like that, and I want a song like this, and I want this to have, and the producer does his thing and does his own thing, and it has nothing to do with the artist in question. It just doesn't fit. It's not the puzzle does not fit, and it needs to work, you know? The person that you have in front of you visually, it needs to connect with the music,
And same
in my
thing
opinion.
is happening in Belgium right now. For people who are not in Belgium, Pommelien Thijs right now is a sensation in Belgium.
Yes.
And like, she writes her own music. She's like a new breath of fresh air.
Yes.
I think, and if you see her live, it all comes together. She puts in the work, and the picture is right.
Yeah, the picture needs to be right.
And she isn't necessarily doing things that other artists are doing because it's popular. No, she's being her authentic self, and it translates. And I think that that's something that we should prioritize more. Definitely now in a world of social media where everyone can do it themselves, definitely in a world where AI is taking over. Hey, you don't need a video clip, we have AI. Wait, writing a song? No, we have AI. Like, that's the downfall.
Just have your own thing and be yourself. That doesn't really mean you cannot like get a reference from someone. Like if I was to say I want to like make cool synth funky disco pop music like Chromeo does, I can go and look at them and I can see they're using these synths, they're using these lines, this production methods and stuff like that, and I can use that as a reference. But if I want to make music, who am I? What do I want to bring? What is my style? And you really need to incorporate that into maybe someone's influence of another artist, and then you get something like new and old and something that already exists and something of yourself, and merge it together, and that really works.
But that's one thing I hear you say, identity. That's something that's missing or lacking, because everyone is trying something, and definitely in Belgium, like, oh, I have 3 singles in English. Oh, but Dutch is now super popular. Let's make a Dutch song suddenly. And let's do it in a different style because the radio says.
Yeah.
That's very dangerous.
Yeah.
I think.
Just, you need to think about your audience. If they look at you and they listen to your music and it is not connected and they will not be engaged.
And that's something that brings me to Rick Rubin. For the people who don't know, shout out Rick Rubin. He's like a genius who gets in the studio with bands and gives them ideas and things to work on. But he also said, let's put the listener last. Let's make music for ourselves. Because in the end, that's the best thing we can do for our audience. Because otherwise, you get a gray mess. Everyone does the same thing.
Yeah, it is true.
What's wrong with being authentically yourself?
Then nothing. You need, in my opinion, you need to be authentically yourself, and you can go to a producer and say, hey, this is my demo, I need someone with more experience to like enhance this and make this a better song than it already is. But as a producer, I think it's really important, and I always do this, keep the artist's idea and personality in mind, always. That is the number one priority. But you do not make it something completely different that has nothing to do with the artist in question.
It's true, but that's also the problem, that also producers are, recommended, I think, to make music for the radio, and then they make something that the artist didn't intend to, because but it won't be played on the radio, so we won't make any money. It's the wrong way around, I think.
It's just not true. If the picture is right and the music is good and it translates to the artist's image, it will always work. It needs to work for engagement to happen.
So the best thing you can do for your music is to work on your identity, to make sure that you don't lose yourself over the image that the industry wants right now. Because there's so many people going for the same thing, and before you know it, like, you're in dangerous waters.
Like, everyone does the same thing, 3-minute songs. Chorus starts at 30 seconds or something, or what is it?
Oh,
is it 15?
Make sure your song is not longer than 3 minutes.
No.
Or it will not be
I made a
played on the
song
radio.
yesterday in 13 hours, and it was 3 minutes and 29 seconds.
Ooh, how dare you?
It's too long.
How dare you?
Oh no. And it was a rock song.
Chop it up.
I know.
But I
and
think
it had synth in it. Weird arpeggiated synth. Yeah. Nobody does that. No.
Well, I think if there's one thing you should remember is to stay true to yourself. Also, when it comes to social media, like, do the things that you think enrich the experience for your listeners. It's not because it's a trend in social media, in reels, in music, that you have to do it in order to get to where you want to be. Identity is lacking, so make sure that you work on the identity.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
number one thing.
Number one thing. I think that concludes this talk.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Is there nothing
anything
more to
else?
say about the music industry?
No, always look on the bright side of life.
There's a lot to say about the music industry, but yeah, we would sit here for like hours. So yeah, it's not gonna work.
Let's keep that for the next one. Oh, that's right. We're gonna do that YouTube thing.
Oh yeah, where we say like and subscribe, leave a comment,
hit the bell notification.
Yeah, if you want us to talk about this topic, leave it in the comments.
Leave a comment.
We're new to this, so yeah, okay.
Thank you so much. See you next time.
Until next time, on
Tune Talks.
Saying it like it's like a Japanese type of thing. Tune Talks. Tune Talks.
Let's sit down. Welkom in de opstelling.
Oh. I just bumped the mic with my ass. Whoopsie.
Crazy.